Front, duck and cover. Remember these public service announcements during the Cold War showing Americans how to protect themselves during a nuclear attack? A newly discovered secret Al-Qaeda handbook offers some duck and cover tips for terrorists looking to avoid drones. Our Brian Todd is out front on that story.
Don't use your wireless device. Hide under thick trees. For Al-Qaeda fighters on the battlefield, words literally to live by. Those are among 22 tips for militants on how to avoid drone strikes. The Associated Press recently discovered a document with those suggestions in a building in Mali, where Islamist militants are battling French forces. The document had also been posted on jihadist websites.
Well, the available evidence suggests that the drone strikes have been psychologically traumatic to Al-Qaeda. It's induced a high degree of paranoia in their ranks. They're fearful that they've been infiltrated by spies.
Osama bin Laden, shortly before his death, had written letters to other Al-Qaeda leaders with similar suggestions, saying their fighters shouldn't meet on roadways and move too much in their cars because many of them got targeted while they were meeting on the road. Bin Laden also told every militant, quote, he should move only when the clouds are heavy. As for this other list of suggestions,
one of the tips, if you're in a car and you learn there's a drone after you, leave the vehicle immediately and all the passengers should scatter in different directions. Another one, set up fake gatherings of people using dummies to throw the drones off the trail.
Similar tactics have already been deployed in wartime. The Allies used inflatable tank and truck decoys to fool German aircraft in World War II. Other suggestions from Al-Qaeda? Use whatever technology you can to jam the drone's electronics. Could these tactics really work against drones? We asked Colonel Cedric Leighton, a former top official at the National Security Agency who helped develop American drones.
In general terms, I mean, they're good for people who are in a desert environment who are trying to avoid drones, but there are a lot of limitations to them.
The advantage, Leighton says, is still with the drone operators.
If they can differentiate between what's in a shadow, what's supposed to be in a shadow, and what's not supposed to be in a shadow in natural light conditions, then they have a good chance of being able to flush out the guerrillas.
Hey, Brian, these seem sort of low-tech and common sense. You think they work at all?
Well, some of the experts, Tom, who we spoke to say actually some of it is pretty practical and useful. I mean, one of the tips is use smoke as cover by burning tires. You can see the logic in that. It could throw a drone operator off course a little bit. That one tip in our piece where they suggest you set up fake meetings using mannequins and things like that. Experts say that could confuse a drone operator. A lot of it is, of course, very obvious. You know, if you're being tracked by a drone and you're in your car and you know you're being tracked by a drone, yeah, you might want to leave the car. Things like that. But as we spoke to Colonel Cedric Leighton there in the piece, he said really the advantage still remains with the drone operators overall. But some of these things could help them on the battlefield, especially now in Mali, where they're going to be under attack by U.S. drones. The U.S. has just deployed some troops and other intelligence people to nearby Niger, and we're told that they're going to be operating drones from there.